matter how helpful or useful Google claims their company and applications may be, I believe that a company as highly regarded as Google should respect the choices of its users, especially in regards to their privacy. And this decision of Google going back and changing user settings is not only unethical based off of Kantianism and its second formation, but also just generally out of the harm it could cause the users who it now is now tracking. The recent change was in the web and app activity and was passed off as maintenance to the users' accounts, but it's clear that Google took it as a chance to change certain settings to users in regards to their search history, which allows Google to essentially use tracking on their data, of which Ars Technica says this saved data can be used for ads. And not only this, but the way to change it back to what users previously had is very difficult. It was never stated exactly how to do it, and the place it was originally used to change the setting was moved to a different location, thus making it very difficult for users to go in and change it back to what they chose, making it very unequal for users who chose to opt out of this to not be treated in an equal sense to those who opted in for it, as the people who opted out, their decision was completely disregarded. In addition to this, the action of Google to track their users can also lead to negative downsides. As stated by the Panopticon Foundation, user tracking can lead to a few negative things, such as loans being denied or being considered risky for an insurance policy based off of discrimination on your profiles, that being your Google profile. Not to mention that tracking can also allow prices to vary based off of what websites think you're willing to pay, and also news feeds can be sort of funneled to you based off of what people think you're willing to see. Again, information that can be gathered from tracking. All of this considered, I believe that all of this goes against Kantianism's main principle of everyone being treated equally, as one group is clearly not being treated equally as another, as the people who opted out of this search history tracking, their decision was completely undone. Not only that, but it's also very hard to go back to their original decision, while people who opted in are completely fine. And in addition to this, I believe that the second formation, where it states that people cannot be used as a means to an end, is also broken in this sense, as the data Google is using and gathering from this tracking setting is just being used to a user's disadvantage, as they can face negative consequences based off of it and could potentially give Google more profit based off of this while being a complete detriment on the user side. All in all, making this a completely unethical decision on Google's part.